Why is it people in long-term relationships stop having sex? Like, they may be even good partners, they have aligned values, they may be even good co-parents, but when it comes to sex, they can't agree with how often they should have sex. One person typically wants more while the other person wants to want more but just doesn't. And they try a lot of different things, but they can't solve this issue. That's what I want to talk to you about today. Because I've seen this over and over as a couples therapist, as a pattern, and it's so much more common than you think. Hi, I'm Taran. I'm a couples intimacy coach and a counselor who supports couples with intimacy and this issue. Most people with this issue come to me thinking that the one who doesn't want sex is the problem. And let me tell you, the answer to that is not what you think it is. Here's the thing people get wrong. When couples stop having sex, everyone assumes the person who doesn't want it is the problem. Low libido, too much stress, not interested in the person anymore, maybe something is wrong with their body, but it's usually deeper than that. And there's more to it than you think. One of the real reasons that I've seen this pattern is that there's a dynamic that's being created between them. More specifically, there's like an energy entering in the arena of sex that's like the biggest culprit of them all. And that is this need energy. I'm going to get into this later in the video, but before, I want to talk to you about something real. Long-term relationships are just like not designed to function the way they did in the beginning. And it's really important to understand that. And it's not actually a bad thing. When you've been together for lots of years or even a year, you go deeper and there's more comfort, more trust. You've been through some hard things, you've grown. But when it comes to sex, we expect it to stay as same as it did in the honeymoon stage. That like early electric, can't keep your hands off of you energy. And when it doesn't stay like that, naturally it doesn't. Research has shown that desire drops in long-term relationships. We panic, right? We think something is wrong. We think we've lost something that's never coming back. And they're trying to get it back and it's not coming back. So they're like, yeah, it must be gone. And we put a lot of pressure on sex when we do that. And I want to talk to you about this pressure because it shows up in ways that kills the desire. So here's a pattern I see most. One person, and a lot of the time it's the woman, though not always, because I've had the opposite in my scenario, in my practice, is running on empty. Stress, anxiety, overwhelm. Maybe she's a mom and they're a parent. Maybe they're just a normal person who's responding to this crazy world with stress, right? And anxiety. So a lot of research shows that 5 out of 10 women in America report to show high average stress. And they're 3 times more likely to be affected by anxiety disorder than men. That doesn't, again, mean that men aren't stressed out too. Neither person is a villain in this loop. Both people are hurting. The more loaded sex becomes, where it becomes a place they can release, where they can feel intimacy, it stops being about pleasure or connection. This constant stress and anxiety can become a normal state of survival mode. Hormonally, women's body are typically so sensitive to stress. When the nervous system is in overdrive and overfunctioning, desire is like the first thing to go. Now, the other person, a lot of the time men, are also struggling, but in a different way. Here's something I think is really important to understand a lot about men right now, is that there isn't a lot of space for men's lives for real vulnerability. Like real intimacy, real connection. Work may be transactional, not purposeful. Friendships can sometimes be surface level if there is time for it. And so sex becomes that place where all of that gets met. And much of the time, men are just not even aware of the need that is behind sex. This is the place where they fill their intimacy cup, the place where they want to feel wanted, seen, close to someone. And of course, it's great to be close to your partner, and there's no denying that. But when that's not happening in their life, not even with their partner and outside of their relationships, they get frustrated, right? They feel empty, they feel unworthy, they feel disconnected. And that need, as real and valid as it is, truly, lands on the other person, however, as pressure, as duty, as one more thing they need to take care of. She's not entering in the room as a woman who wants pleasure. She's in the room as someone who needs to fill their partner's cup, more like a caretaker. There's that paternal energy coming in the room, and you cannot access desire from that place. It is impossible. This is the typical classic pursuer and distancer dance. So one pursues, the more they pursue and want connection, more sex, more closeness, the other partner feels that pressure and they end up withdrawing. And the more they withdraw, the more anxious the pursuer gets. And the more anxious the pursuer gets, it's a tricky situation to get out of. So I had a couple client who came to me with this exact issue. The husband came to me because they wanted to fix their sex life, while the woman, the partner, she was quite burnt out. She was under a lot of stress, overwhelm, and actually a lot of grief as well. And on top of that, she wanted to have more sex and wanted to fix this issue, but the pressure felt like it would not allow her to access that desire. And she felt like, you know what? I just want to feel good. I just want to feel less stress. And that became her main sort of goal. So before I share exactly what we did to help her, I want to help you understand something. That is brakes and accelerators. Okay, so Emily Nagoski, she's my favorite researcher, sex educator. She's written a lot of great books. One is Come As You Are, and one is Coming Together. Really highly recommend it. She talks about what she calls a dual control model. And it's simple and it changes everything. Your sex response system has two parts, the gas pedal and the brake. And the gas pedal is everything that turns you on, feeling desired, feeling safe, feeling connected, playful, novelty. This is where many people who trying to fix their sex life tend to focus on. So what do you like? Where do you want to be touched? They get into this curiosity mode, which is great. And that's important. But they totally ignore the most important part in this dynamic, which are the brakes. The brake is everything that shuts you down, right? It's that stress in the background, the pressure, your laundry list, your to-do list, feeling like sex is an obligation, anxiety, exhaustion. It's the fact that you can't really settle your nerves and your nervous system to pleasure. The partner who wants more sex spends a lot of their energy in the gas pedals, more affection, more date nights, more effort, trying to create all these green lights, right, which help. But because the brake is still on, the brake always wins. So the $1 million question is, what are her brakes? What is keeping her anxious and her nervous system in the state where desire can't even exist? What are the subtle ways she's feeling unsafe, turned off, where she cannot relax, where there's subtle expectation? And where is there insecurity? In the couple I was speaking about earlier, they noticed that her brakes were stresses of work, the housework, the kids' work. She needed some real support that she wasn't getting and that she was feeling guilty about getting, because as a mama, we want to do it all and we want to give our kids all of our time. But reality is, when we're empty, they can feel that. Of course, pressure to have sex, to do it for her husband, because that's what a good marriage is, and that she's not being a good partner, and that she might eventually lose him, right? That stress. The painful part about this is that This is such a common story, in that he was coming from a need and she didn't have access to her wants. Is so important. The want energy, right? There's a massive difference between need and want energy. Need sounds like, I need this, I need you to show up for me, I need you to have sex with me to feel okay, to feel close again, and to feel wanted by you. When a partner feels needed in this urgent way, heavy way, it shifts into this maternal energy and it activates this caretaker in you that is not the lover energy. While the want energy sounds like, I'm drawn to you, I want you, come find me, I want to do this, I want to feel good. Maybe right now the want energy can be, like I said before with my client, that you just don't want to feel stressed anymore or anxious or feel like you need to do something you don't want to do. If that's where you are, that's a good place to begin. And for the couple, like I said, she made that systematic change in her life where she got more support and she had more time to feel, and where sex was completely off the table. I know that sounds sort of backwards, but when sex becomes that loaded, when it's carrying all this weight about love and about worth and about connection, it isn't just about sex anymore. Instead, what they did is they created pressure-free connection time. A time where TV was off, where there was cuddles, where there was massages, where they were listening to nice music, when there was a physical and emotional intimacy. This helped them center their world of Eros in a new way, and it was really transformational. He also looked at filling his cup in other ways, in surrounding himself with other men, doing men's work, finding more purpose in his life. And that was a big piece for him. He found connection in and intimacy in friendships, and purpose in his work, things that got him out of his head. He didn't come in with such desperation. He knew it was gonna be fixed, obviously, because we had support. But he could feel like, oh, okay, I'm putting too much eggs in one basket. What was left was want. Wanting more pleasure, wanting actually these moments of sweetness together that creates magic. Because it really does. When you take that pressure, we take that brakes out, you have space for the gas pedal. If you're watching this and recognizing your relationship, I want you to know something. This is one of the most common things I work on as a therapist, as a couples therapist. And it is not a sign that something is fundamentally broken and that it's not fixable. And it might feel like that right now, but it's a sign that you've built a relationship that's strong enough to survive the hard stuff, the real life stuff, but haven't yet built the tools to bring the desire back. And that's super learnable. I've watched couples come from this and into a beautiful space where they're like, I didn't know this was still there. So if you want to go further in this pursuer-distancer dynamic and how to address the brakes instead of the gas pedals, and how to shift from this need energy to want energy, and how to rebuild intimacy when life has taken over, then follow this channel and watch for my videos that are going to be talking about the same topic. See you in the next one.